if Russ is willing and able to buy in, could be interesting.
That was just such you would know because obviously you dialed into it a lot deeper than me and Max. It just seemed like that the way they parted just didn't. It's not fixable, so to speak. I'm trying to find the words without stepping in it. It just didn't feel right. You know, you can have disagreements with ex-teammates, and in the end, you be like, oh, okay, cool. But it don't seem like an okay, cool.
Yeah, the fit potentially could work, but the one thing that you would have to get from Russ here, and the biggest thing around Russ is him buying in on the defensive end. Like, he did a better job of doing that this year, right? But I don't know about that one. That one's iffy to me.
OKC didn't stand for okay, cool. Yep.
And even see, another reason, like y'all was talking about him buying in and him accepting he's a different player than some other players in the NBA. If he was to go with KD, it feels like Russ be like, man, I'm colder than him still. Like he was still, you know what I'm saying, Jay?
But that's
like
one of the problems with
No, but I'm
Westbrook.
talking
People
about
are nervous
specifically.
about that,
No, I'm specifically talking about with Durant because it was his ex-teammate at OKC. He might still feel like you ain't never done what I did with the triple-double. You know what I'm saying?
But
it's just bringing back to that space.
Because as I'm sitting here thinking about it, Key, there is a part of me that really wants Russ and KD to reunite, to bring back what that OKC moment was. And then I'm thinking about, man, now you're talking about Russ not only gets a chip, but then CP3 would get a chip. And then, by the way, Phoenix has never won a chip. And then Kevin Durant would be one of the main reasons they do so.
It's a huge
which might
redemption
change
story,
your perspective of KD overall, considering what happened with Golden
But how
State.
would
redemption
I
story
wonder
for everybody
what
involved? Yeah.
But I wonder what, and I don't know this, but I wonder what CP3's relationship is with Westbrook because now you got two alpha. You know what I'm saying?
That's
two guys.
How you get in, how you fit in is everything, you know? Get in where you fit in.
So we know, Woj, at the trade deadline, it has come and gone, but deals are far from over. What are you looking at with the buyout market?
Well, Russell Westbrook in Utah, his agent, Jeff Schwartz, is expected to talk with the Jazz today about how they're going to proceed with Westbrook on the Jazz. Certainly their timeline's very different in Utah. While they may be a playoff team this season, very young roster, they've kind of rebooted there and had a terrific season with the group they've had. So I think Westbrook may not fit into their plans for the rest of this season, but would it be a contract buyout? Would he just maybe not play for the Jazz this season? Or is there some scenario where he could play, which I think is probably the least likely of them? Westbrook and Jeff Schwartz, they're going to talk that through now with the Jazz. If he gets out into the buyout market, listen, there is significant interest in Westbrook. I think one team that you've got to watch, and I think will be a front runner, the Chicago Bulls. Billy Donovan, their head coach, certainly coached Westbrook in Oklahoma City, and go further down his bench, Mo Cheeks, Josh Longstaff. There's a staff of former OKC assistants who all had good relationships and worked well with Westbrook, with the Bulls, and certainly you could see how he fits, just bringing some energy and some fire to that team's bench.
This was the time to do it. Russell Westbrook was not going to be part of the team after this summer when his contract expired. And also when his contract came off the books, the Lakers would have less money to deal with in the free agency period this summer. So you had to do it if you wanted to get those pieces you could have part of the team moving forward. You get younger, you got shooting, you got switchable defenders. And as one source told me, you remove a vampire from the locker room. That meaning a vampire sucks the blood out of the locker room. Russell Westbrook moves on.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. It's that time. Happy Friday. And I think everybody now has heard that Kevin Durant is going to Phoenix. Pretty damn big news, I'll tell you that much. It shook the entire NBA world to its core. And, it's unbelievable how Phoenix pulled it off. I'm still shocked that it happened. But now you have analysts, media saying, they're not guaranteed an NBA title. Well, all they got to do is go to the buyout market, right? And get a bench. because that's what they're saying. So basically, if they do that, they got quite a few people that are willing to come to Phoenix, obviously, to get a title, guaranteed, right? Because you got the best player on the planet, Kevin Durant, teaming up with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. You know, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you got Damian Jones. He's shooting the lights out on the best three-point percentage in the NBA as of right now, right? So the thing is, if Phoenix Suns go towards the buyout market, right, they actually look pretty good, right? Because you got Danny Jones, John Wall, Russell Westbrook, the list goes on, which leads me into my next question for you guys. Russell Westbrook, okay, I'll give you a little bit of history lesson here. Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant were teammates. They went up against the Warriors, blew a 3-1 lead, and then later that summer, Kevin Durant went and signed with the exact same people who took him out, and then went on to win 2 titles. From there, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook's relationship was torn, especially when his first game back to OKC. It was just, you know, people calling him a snake, people calling him a softy, Russell Westbrook yelling at him and everything like that kind of thing. So their relationship is torn. But my question to you now is, that was years ago. That was like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 plus years ago kind of thing. Would Kevin Durant ever ask Russell Westbrook to come to Phoenix and come off the bench? Because we all know what happened with the Lakers, right? He came off the bench, played phenomenally well. So can the Phoenix Suns convince Russell Westbrook to come to Phoenix? And will Russell Westbrook actually decide he is willing to come to Phoenix? It's an age-old question, right? Because the thing is, it's a relationship that was torn. Now, can it be repatched? We don't know, right? Some people would just bury the hatchet and move on. And I don't know. Can that happen? Can those two actually repatch their relationship? It's hard to believe, because the thing is, of all that went down, you know, Stephen A. Smith's calling it the weakest move by a superstar when it happened. The entire OKC was burning his jersey and, you know, calling him a snake, softy, and stuff like that. So, but now you're in Phoenix. You got a chance to win the title. Can Russell Westbrook do that? Because the thing is, you just heard Woj saying they are, you know, front runners are the Bulls, because Billy Donovan used to coach him, Mo Cheeks used to coach him. They're there, and basically they have a good relationship with Russell Westbrook. Clippers, Paul George has already recruited him. He wants to get back at LA Lakers for, you know, trading him and making him come off the bench, and, you know, all Lakerland blaming him and stuff like that. So you got that aspect too. But my question is, would Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook ever team up again in Phoenix? Question. So the next thing I want to bring up is, I was watching NBA yesterday, NBA Today, and one of the analysts said it's like he's a vampire and he sucked the energy out of the room. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, right? I get it. It was a bad fit, right? It was 100% bad fit, but you know, you can't say something like that, because the thing is, I don't buy it, right? I know there's harsh tension there and stuff like that, but like, to say he's a vampire and he sucked the energy out of the room or something, whatever it was said, that's just stupid. Because the thing is, you got to take into consideration what he did for the organization. He came off the bench. He did a lot. And to say something like that, that's just low. That's really cold. Russell Westbrook is a very good player, right? And he did very good things in LA with the LA Lakers. Obviously, the media likes to put a spin on it because they want freaking ratings and whatnot kind of thing. But at the end of the day, you just don't say that. Like, if somebody said it to you, that's fine, right? Because you can't control what they said. You can control what comes out of your mouth, right? So if you're repeating something on national television saying he was a vampire, that's cold. That's really cold. You don't do that. I forget who said it, right? But that's really cold. He's not a vampire. He played very good. He's a very good player. He's a very good teammate. And to say that, that's just stupid. Back to the original thing. Can Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook ever repatch their relationship? Leave a comment in the comment section. Of course, this is Jag from Jaggy Sports.